The film we decided to analyze was Dazed and Confused, and we chose this film because it falls under the suburban subgenre of high school films. Dazed and Confused is a coming-of-age film that revolves around a group of incoming senior students celebrating their last day of high school. Bowman states that suburban high school films consist of no adult authority, expressive individualism, lack of academic achievement, and predominantly white. In this scene, it shows the main character and superstar quarterback Randall Pink Floyd being given a paper about not drinking and smoking for the summer. Floyd's coaches expect Floyd to sign the paper before the day's over to prove that the football team has his word he will avoid drugs and alcohol. In the scene, some of the other players even tell Floyd that it's fine if he signs the paper because they all signed it, but they're going to drink and smoke anyway. However, for Floyd, that isn't good enough for him. In suburban high school films, the characters of the movie revolve around this theme of expressive individualism. As Bowman states, expressive individualism refers to the strain of American individualism that values not material achievements, but the discovery of one's unique identity and freedom of individual self-expression. In the scene, Floyd is standing up to authority and trying to be himself. Floyd is showing his expressive individualism in the scene by deciding who he wants to be and not letting anybody else define him.
Dazed and Confused and the rest of the suburban genre films are very distinct from the urban and elite films. For example, let's look at the difference in the way the three genres portray skipping class. In Dazed and Confused, skipping class is a good thing when the goal is to go paddle freshmen. In the other two genres, the consequences are very different. For instance, in Dangerous Minds, two students skip class because their mother wants them to, and this is seen as negative. A good example of a similar theme in an elite film is Mona Lisa Smile. One student skips class after getting married, and this is portrayed in a negative light as well. This is a perfect example of the difference between expressive and utilitarian individualism. Dazed and Confused prioritizes personal development above all else.
In this next scene, the senior girls are seen hazing the freshman girls by putting pinkies in their mouths and making them lie on the ground. The girls are then covered in ketchup, mustard, and flour and are forced to go propose to the senior males watching it from afar. Gender roles play a huge part in this movie, and males are seen as independent and strong, while females are shown as more dependent, weak, and passive. There is no backlash against the seniors, and this is just seen as the way it is. They are able to express themselves with little thought about the consequences, which is a major part of suburban high school films.
Expressive individualism is the ideology often used in suburban school films such as Dazed and Confused. In the movie, Randy Floyd is asked by his football coach to sign a pledge saying that he will not do anything to jeopardize the goal of a championship season, including drinking or doing any drugs. Randy is unsure that he wants to sign this. He displays expressive individualism by doing what he wants and being true to himself rather than listening to what his coach wants from him. This is very different from a film in the elite genre where the focus is more on utilitarian individualism. This suggests that the point of education is to prepare for a good job, while expressive individualism suggests that education is there to learn the value of free thinking. In Dead Poets Society, an elite film, Neil wants to pursue his dream to be an actor, but his parents disapprove. They want him to study hard so that he can go to Harvard and become a doctor. After Neil does a school play against his parents' wishes, they send him to military school. Here we can see that in suburban films such as Dazed and Confused, expressive individualism is a common ideology, while in elite films, utilitarian individualism and the pressure to conform are stronger ideologies.
In Dazed and Confused, a suburban high school genre film, race is not an issue. There is a black football player that is socially accepted in a white community without any discrimination. The discrimination in these films is shown through the differences among social groups. In Freedom Riders, an urban high school genre film, race is an issue. There is a class full of black and Hispanic students along with a single white student. The white student is not accepted by the other students. The discrimination in this film is involving race and doesn't focus on the differences among social groups.